Hey everyone, welcome to another High Guardian Spice review. We're on episode 8, thus beginning the Halloween episode. Now this is going to be split into parts. I considered just reviewing the parts together on one review, but nah, let's just prolong the suffering. Now we open the episode up with Olive talking to the Smoky Cloud. Once again, she's trying to convince Smoky Cloud that she does not have to kill them, she can just bring them in as prisoners, and Smoky Cloud says no. He then gives her some kind of spiky crystal thing that morphs into her tarot sphere, and he explains this is a powerful spell that will turn everyone into stone. Once they're stone, just smash them, therefore killing them upon smashing up the stone. She goes on to say later in the episode, though, that she's not going to follow that plan. Instead, she's going to turn them into stone and then take them in to her superiors, and she'll let them kill the girls. And I suspect that that might be the writers trying to make her more redeemable by the fact that she doesn't want to kill anybody. However, her being giddy about sending people to their deaths is kinda just as bad as killing them. I mean, if you pay an assassin to kill someone, you're still responsible for their death. But anyway, meanwhile, Neppycat heard that whole conversation between Olive and Smoky Cloud and then goes to return himself to his humanoid form by, I guess, mixing all the ingredients in the cauldron again. For some reason, he remembers how he did it the first time, even though the first time it was a mistake. So he turns back into giant muscular Neppycat, and then he goes to the Halloween party to try to warn the girls. Everyone in Lingarth is joining in on this big Halloween celebration. We get introduced to Cal for a second here, and they act like this character has just been around the whole time in these episodes. Oh, you didn't notice him? Yeah, he's a jerk. Literally the words that Sage says upon us being introduced to Cal. Yeah, I don't know why they decided to make 2 Asters. Like, what prevented you from just using Aster for this scene? Or any of the scenes Cal is in, really. I guess Cal is a little bit more obnoxious than Aster, but it's the same idea of, you know, jerky, arrogant, misogynist character, big straw man, inserted just so they can have someone to hate. There's a scene where Olive interacts with the girls for a moment, gives them out some pamphlets, and then continues to spy on them for the rest of the party. Time sees a guy dressed as a tree and has PTSD. No, I'm not kidding. You know, Time, Lingarth is surrounded by trees. So after her little PTSD moment, she leaves the main group. And then we see what Amaryllis and Snapdragon have been doing. They've been playing some games. We see that Amaryllis is dressed up as a pirate and Snapdragon is dressed up as a female mermaid of some sort. He goes on to say later that Amaryllis is the one who wanted him to dress up that way, which leads me to have a lot of questions, like, does Amaryllis know that this character is supposed to be trans? Or is this just one of those things that she has a fetish for? Because you know, in anime, they do have those girls who have a thing for seeing guys in girls' clothing, like they think it's cute. Is Amaryllis just into that? I don't know. But anyway, Cal shows up. He flirts with Snapdragon, not knowing that he's Snapdragon. And then Cal is all upset, like, well, you shouldn't be dressing as a girl, blah, blah, blah. And then Amaryllis is like, well, go away, I guess. Meanwhile, Sage's cousins are at the party too. It's revealed that Caraway knows them, and the reason that they know each other is because they were apparently all involved in an orgy.
We go to the same parties.
It's the circle of fuck, and it fucks us all. Remember that. It's important to the plot. So Time's Halloween outfit is all of a sudden sexy. She's packing up her stuff, including the healing water, and she's leaving a note for her mother informing her that she's going back to the woods, which is not a very smart thing to do if you're triggered by trees. Meanwhile, Sage bumps into Snapdragon and Amaryllis. She is turned by the fact that Snapdragon is dressed up like a girl.
You just look so pretty right now. Okay, bye!
So I guess Sage and Amaryllis have that in common. They just both have that fetish. While Sage and Rosemary are talking about their plans for what they're going to be doing at the Halloween festival, they find out that they accidentally scheduled two things at the same time. So Rosemary wants to go do one thing, Sage wants to do another, and this breaks out into a fight. That darn villain! Giving out those pamphlets so that they both schedule things at the same time! How did she know that they would fight over something so petty? That evil genius!
You were never this annoying. You think I'm annoying?
Yes! Yeah, so this is a really stupid fight. They sound very much like an old married couple fighting over it, where Sage is just like, why does it matter what we do so long as you're with me? You should be happy. Even if we're doing something you don't like. We always do what you want to do. Why can't you go to the ballet with me? Rosemary, on the other hand, accuses Sage of being anti-fun, like a nerd, who just wants to impress the teachers. Which is kind of odd because Parsley is literally dressed up as her teacher. If you're going to point the finger at anyone for being a teacher's pet, I think I know where to point it. Amaryllis and Snapdragon watched the whole fight, and now Snapdragon has run away to go cry somewhere alone. So Amaryllis follows him, and she puts up a barrier so that nobody can hear or bother them while they talk. But Snapdragon doesn't want to talk. He just puts on these, I guess, VR goggles, but they're magic-based. And so she does the same. Instead of talking to him, they just play the game. While that's happening, Neppycat has reached Time before she left and explains to her that there's this cat girl, Olive, who's going to try to kill the main characters. So Time goes to warn everyone else, and then they follow Neppycat to get to Olive. That's when Olive reveals that it was our plan all along to have Neppycat lead you right to me. Ha ha ha.
I know very few actual words.
Now, unfortunately, Olive disarms Sage from her terror sphere, so they kind of just stand around and listen to her monologue for a bit. She steals the healing water from Time, and Time begs for it back because it's what she was going to leave with to save her woods. Olive tries to make a deal with them that she will give the healing water back if they come with them willingly. But they say no, so she drops the healing water. Obviously. Now, people have pointed this out already. Little bit of a plot hole there. But there's really nothing stopping them from going back to the cave to get more healing water. Also, weren't there other students collecting healing water from that same cave? Am I to believe that they all died or were expelled because they couldn't complete the assignment? What about the school? Do they have healing water there? Are they collecting it for the school, or is that just their personal healing water? But yeah, this is supposed to be a big moment where, oh, my hope was shattered, but you could have just got more healing water. There was still some left. Anyway, Olive starts casting the spell, but, you know, very lucky for them, this is the slowest spell possible. So Sage has enough time to get her Terror Sphere and start casting a shield. Unfortunately, Parsley runs out of the shield in order to try to save Neppycat, so she gets turned into stone. Amaryllis and Snapdragon were behind their own shield, which shatters upon the spell, because, I don't know, I guess it wasn't strong enough to stay up. But yeah, so they're not turned into stone. Everyone else at the Halloween festival, though, they're super stoned. And this is where we leave off on part 1 of the Halloween arc. Tune in next time to High Guardian Space to find out what happens next. This episode was a lot more digestible, but you know, do I really have to explain to you? It has the same exact problems as all the other episodes where it's just very jumpy, bunch of stuff that doesn't make any sense. I mean, honestly, the way that High Guardian Space is set up, there's like nothing that can save this show. It's not salvageable after all this episodes. But anyway, let me know what you think of part 1 of this Halloween special thingy. Write your own thoughts, concerns, and opinions down below in the comments section, or perhaps just a few memes. Like the video if you did enjoy, subscribe if you'd like to see more High Guardian Spice reviews. There are more reviews coming every Monday. Thank you guys for watching, I'll see you next time. Till then, bye!
Program restart.